Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And following on from yesterday's Street Fighter Alpha playthrough, today we are playing Street Fighter Alpha 2. And we're going to be playing as the infamous Akuma, also known as Gouki in Japanese territories. There he is. That's our new guy. Basically an evil amalgamation of Ken and Ryu. Although I personally think Alpha 1 was better in an artistic sense, Alpha 2 is the game that most people remember fondly and most people revisit today. So it's kind of seen as the standard, like the peak of the Alpha series. And it's a great game, don't get me wrong. And there's Dan Hibiki, one of the best, worst characters ever. Okay, so we'll put plenty of coins in and let's get into it. So as I said, today we are playing as Akuma. Let's go with his white costume just for a change. So first up is Rolento. Now Rolento originally debuted in Final Fight as an unplayable boss, much like Sodom, who was in Alpha 1. And Hugo, who would later on appear in, I think it was Street Fighter 4. There's a lot of Final Fight characters that eventually crossed over into Alpha, because the games are meant to be set about the same time and in the same universe, so... So Akuma's basic moveset is very similar to Ken and Ryu, but he's got that little bit extra dig about him that I like. Oh dear. Okay. Akuma wins. So Akuma's story is that he is constantly on the lookout for a fighter worthy of challenging him, and he never seems to find him. Oh dear. So we're fighting in England, and it's a public toilet. I don't know what that says about what the designers think of England, but there you go. Oh, there's cobwebs and everything, oh dear. This does not show England in a good light at all. Oh, I'd forgotten about this. There's literally a guy standing in the background having a pee, watching us fight. That is quite amazing. And he's down. And now, Dan. So Dan started off as kind of a joke character, but he's picked up quite a following down the years. If Akuma is like a beefed up version of Ryu and Ken, then Dan is like a sort of a hobbled, less efficient version of the same characters. Oh dear. I can't lose to Dan, surely. Come on. Come on, Akuma. We'll never live this down. Oh dear. We lost a round to Dan Hibiki. Oh no. Got him. Next up, Chun-Li. So I've been to Beijing, and yes, it is that busy. All those bikes in the background, that is not an exaggeration. That is how busy some Chinese cities really are. They're a lot cloudier though than they're portrayed in this game, so there is that. Oops. Chun-Li's noticeably faster than she was in Alpha 1. Oh dear, I'm in trouble here. Uh-oh. 1-1. Oh dear. She got me there. Oh well, we're using a continue here. It's okay though. Let's go with Akuma's proper colours this time. Yeah, to complete that game, Chun-Li. She's so fast that she can turn a fight really quickly. One more hit. There we go. 1-0. Almost got her. There we go. Next up, Zangief, who can either be really easy or really hard depending on what mood he's in. What to do with Zangief is as soon as you've finished your combo, get right out the way because he'll just try and grab you as soon as he has the chance. Fireballs are a good way to keep him at bay, unless he tries to do a lariat, in which case he'll just go right through them. Again, much like in Street Fighter Alpha 1, although it's a completely different stage, it is using a remixed version of Zangief's theme from Street Fighter 2, which I like. And it's still got a very kind of Soviet era look about it. Although having the people behind cages is a bit on the nose. Now Sagat. Now, Sagat was a bit slow in Alpha 1, and that has definitely been fixed for Alpha 2. He is faster. But he's lost none of his power, so he's definitely a higher tier character in Alpha 2 than he was in Alpha 1. As you can see. Also, as I mentioned during my Alpha 1 playthrough, the background here has been changed to put you at the front of the Buddha statue as opposed to at the feet, because the feet were considered a bit of a faux pas. Too little too late, I think. Yeah, Sagat just dominated me there. Alright, we'll go again. Okay. Oof. That'll do. He's got me. Ah, dear. Got closer that time, though. That's the thing about Street Fighter. With each fight, you do feel as if you're getting slightly closer to winning, even if you don't win. It's you know, each fighter has their own sort of strategies and things that you have to get around. Counter picking is a big thing in Street Fighter. Like today, we are playing, you know, exclusively as Akuma, but there are certain characters that you can pick for certain fights to make them easier. But I am sticking with Akuma. So, Sagat. Almost got him. There we go, 1-0. Not gonna look in here. Here we go. There we are. That was a decent comeback. Nice little super combo finish. Now we fight Bison. And for some reason he's in Brazil this time as opposed to Thailand. Obviously at an earlier phase of his career of international tyranny. Again, I love the remixing of Bison's theme. It sounds decidedly more sinister than it did in Street Fighter 2. Oh, I am not in this at all at the moment. I was starting to come back into it there, but I just couldn't really settle. Oh well, we go again. Back to white this time. Doing okay so far, but with Bison it can turn very quickly. There we go, 1-0. Facing Bison when he's not the last boss is a good bit easier than if he is the last boss. So he's not the last boss in Akuma's case. Ah, 1-1. Got me there. Nah. Oh well, got him with one hit. Oh, it's better than nothing, I suppose. I was hoping he would jump into that there, but he didn't, unfortunately. Aha! The thing is about his teleport, it is really annoying when he teleports out the way of your moves, but at the same time, if you can anticipate it, he is vulnerable for a couple of frames immediately after he teleports. Like, he cannot block. So you've got that split second to get in there and try and get a hit in. Right, so Akuma's last boss is actually Gen. Returning character from Street Fighter 1. A martial arts master who trained Akuma previously. Gen has an interesting backstory because he's a martial arts trainer, assassin, but also I think he's supposed to be terminally ill at this point. So it's like, what can he do before the end? So quite a tragic story, but you know, there's the explanation for why he's not in Street Fighter 2. Very interesting character though. You know, it's funny to think that with all the sort of fighting character archetypes that are in Street Fighter, we didn't really have a proper, like, old Kung Fu master type until Gen came along. That was some Kill Bill style stuff there. Oh, there we go, super combo finish. Lovely. That's how you finish a game in style. So Akuma vanishes. He knew that Gen was sick and weak, and so he didn't want to kill his old master. Even Akuma has a conscience. I'm not quite sure what he means by that. That's quite a sinister ending, but I don't actually, I'm not sure if there's a mistranslation there or something, because that doesn't really make much sense. Anyway, that was Street Fighter Alpha 2. That was Akuma. Apologies, I couldn't quite get the Raging Demon to work. I tried it a couple of times, but it's a very difficult move to pull off. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Please stay tuned here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. We will be back soon with more retro gaming playthroughs. If you want me to do some more Street Fighter Alpha 2 or Street Fighter Alpha 1, or if you're enjoying the Street Fighter series and you want me to focus on that for a little longer, please let me know. Happy to do so. Feel free to leave a comment, like, etc, etc. Until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.